Hey friends, welcome back to Joe and Tell. We are out on another date day. You all right?
Yep.
All right. Just wanted to, actually, this is a topic my wife brought up. It's something that we've been talking about for a couple of days now. And she said, that would make a great video. And I kind of agree with her.
It's such a worldly phenomenon right now.
Uh-huh.
No, not worldly, but world phenomenon.
Yeah, well.
Global phenomenon.
Yeah. And
nationwide phenomenon.
Wanted to talk about it. It is a little windy out here, so if that comes across on the audio, I apologize. Nothing I can do about it. As a
soft cheeks.
Yeah, that's right. As a family, we don't typically go out to the movies very often.
Well, because it's a very pricey event.
It's super expensive, and yeah, all that. So,
streaming, duh.
So, we decided to go to a movie recently. So our son saw it, and then you and I and our daughter went and saw it. And the movie in question is the Minecraft movie.
I'm Steve.
I am
Chicken Jockey.
Spoiler alert.
If you know, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You more than likely, most of you already get it.
Yeah. So, we went and saw the movie, and it was interesting.
I feel like there are some movies that were meant to be interactive and that made sense for that. So, Rocky Horror Picture Show. Like, there were actual reasons why it made sense to interact with the movie or to sing along or whatever. I know that Frozen, they've brought that to the theaters, and they've specifically done, like, sing-alongs. Or Wicked, I know.
Mm-hmm.
Or had, but they were also would caution people to not sing if it wasn't set up for that, because they didn't want it to disrupt the experience of the moviegoer.
Mm-hmm.
And we went on like a discount day, so it was like not as much as you would pay, but it is still not cheap anymore.
Right.
Back in our day, we paid not a lot of money for your whole family to go to the theater. It was a wonderful experience.
There was a theater by us. It was the Dollar Show.
No.
The wind is really bad.
That was entertaining.
Yeah.
This is our Twister.
So yeah, we there was a place by us that was a Dollar Show.
We also had a Dollar Show.
And you go and you see a movie for $1, and
they'd be ones that had been out. Or
yeah, but still, they made all their money on like concessions and stuff. But it was great for like a high school student.
Or a family. Like, I remember during the summer we would go sometimes because it was something that we could do that's affordable and nice and cool in there. Just sometimes we had air conditioning and sometimes we did not. I will put this other stabilizer, aka my water cup there, so maybe it won't blow. Anyway, if you're gonna pay for something, you want to get your money's worth, and that means the best experience possible.
Right. And this is probably I would say this was the worst movie-going experience I've ever had in my life.
I have had one also that was a little bit frustrating. I remember seeing the Gremlins movie in a part of the city where it was so many things.
Hi, sweetheart. We're in the middle of making a video. She's just walking.
I don't know what part of that I like best. The part that she walked through the screen, had the phone in her hand, came to take a photograph.
Okay, this is turning out to be a great.
You know what? It lends itself to the entire thing.
Real life.
Kids and social media. Mm. Ours just came out to take pictures with some weird filter that looks like rizzing.
And walked through the screen doing it.
Screen to get there.
So yeah,
it speaks to the whole. It's the vibe.
That's true. So anyway, yeah. So we went. It was a packed theater. So my daughter and you.
Which is also ironic because we bought tickets and it looked full when we bought them, and then when we went in on time, it almost seemed as though like no one was going to show.
Yeah. Well, so you and her sat together, and then I sat behind you guys.
Right.
I was surrounded by, I would say, preteen to teen, and on up to like I guess 18-year-olds.
I would say the average age in that theater was about 16 or 17.
I would agree. But I would watch, and I'm kind of like super anal about stuff. Like if somebody's if you're like crunching your popcorn, or like I remember going to see, we went and saw The Dark Knight Rises. No, The Dark Knight. And this guy next to me he had a cup and he was dipping tobacco and he was spitting it into the cup every like 3 seconds. I'm like, dude, are you serious right
Well,
now?
also, if you've watched some of our previous videos, like I have sensitivities to like chip bags and like candy bags
Certain
and food bags
audible,
opening.
yeah, things.
But
So
like during a thing.
yeah.
That's,
So
anyway.
so yeah, no, we went and saw it, and then like
And we did not know going in what we now know.
right. So Jack Black, there's a scene in Jack Black that says, and you've seen it in the trailer, "I am Steve," and when he says that in the movie theater, you would have thought everyone in that theater won the lottery. They all jumped to their feet, screamed like bloody murder, and were like cheering the fact that I'm like, guys, it's in the trailer. Why are you shouting about this?
Because as we know now,
The internet
there
told
are
them
memes.
to. Yeah.
So we didn't realize so there's another thing where there's a scene in the movie and the zombie jumps on a chicken and he says, "Oh, chicken jockey." That apparently is a meme, which we didn't know, but you would have thought the anticipatory part of that, waiting, like, I thought to myself, am I missing something? Because kids around me, like, they had shouted that out before the movie even started. Chicken jockey, and I had no idea what they were talking about. It's like apparently again in the trailer.
Yeah, the kid next to me was like, before he even said it, he was like getting ready to jump out of his seat. I'm like, are you okay, buddy? What is going? Like, dude, settle down.
Because they knew it was coming, and that they are supposed to, when that is, and supposed to, it means you're influenced by social media. That's what you should do, is jump out of your seat like an idiot and throw stuff everywhere.
Even our 10-year-old daughter was like, guys, can you shut up?
Because it was ridiculous. They were clapping but in I would say the first 15 minutes of the movie, everything that an actor said, the crowd would cheer. And I did not understand. Yeah. Like, it was just like, Minecraft. Woo! I am Steve. Woo! Like, diamond, or then they were like showing the different elements or whatever, like a diamond, whatever. And they'd be like, whoa!
Yep.
And clapping and shouting. And then, but the chicken jockey one took the cake because they not only screamed, but like threw popcorn everywhere. Yeah,
they like, my daughter said one of the guys in the back threw their entire tub of popcorn all the way down to the front of the theater. And it's just completely disrespectful, lack of concern about anybody else.
But we were laughing because it was the guy the usher, I guess they still call them ushers, I don't know what they're, was coming around and telling people like, put your phone away. And it may have, like, now after thinking about it, may have been to like not lead people to knowing, like, searching for stuff for the Minecraft movie. Like, I'm wondering if that's part of it. Like,
themselves
recording
stuff.
Themselves doing stuff, or recording the movie.
Yeah, I'd never seen that before in a movie,
or whatever.
Where he comes through and actually says, put your phone away.
But I would have much preferred he said, sit your butt down and shut up and stop clapping and shouting. Yeah. Like, okay, put your phone away, but for real, we got bigger fish to fry.
I'm all for like somebody enjoying the movie, but be respectful for those around you that are not maybe as enthusiastic. I probably missed most of the dialogue in that movie because people were cheering and shouting over anything that was being said.
And there's some funny stuff in there.
Yeah,
like it was entertaining.
And the movie overall, the movie itself was fun and I enjoyed it. I'm a big fan of Minecraft, but the experience was awful. It was absolutely awful.
And the funny thing is, and I was just saying, it's like, it almost gave me like some PTSD because we were at school the other day. All of a sudden I heard someone shout in our common space, chicken jockey. And I thought, who said that? And then one of my coworkers said, I told him he could yell that out. I don't know what it means. But when he did, it like triggered something in me where I was like, be quiet. Like, it was such an obnoxious experience. That's what bothered me.
Yeah.
I mean, the people sitting next to our daughter and I was just like, what is happening?
That's how I felt with the people around me. I'm like, what in the world is going on?
Then you're trapped. It's like being in an elevator.
Well, sorry, go ahead.
Well, like, you've paid for it. And clearly a third of the way in, I was like, this is going to be the whole thing. This is what we're in for. This is not now. This is going to be the whole thing. But then
Yeah.
it's like, what are you gonna do?
You even like 5 minutes in, you leaned over to our daughter and were like, "Oh, your dad's gonna hate this."
Yeah, I knew right away when they start. I mean, because you already.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't like if anybody's like whispering to someone a little bit, let
Well,
alone
not whispering, but like people who have
Yeah, but if people
conversations.
talk and
at
have conversations,
full,
you do not like it.
when they're using like non-whispering voices, like you're in a quiet setting.
Anything that sets a murmur,
it's just save it for later.
shave it for later.
Yeah,
it was intense.
Yeah, but so and I read on Reddit, some people were saying like somebody posted like,
You read it?
Yep, right. Please don't do this. And they posted a picture of apparently the SWAT was called in. Some guy pulled out a water gun. They didn't know it was.
Some of the videos I've seen, we could have been in for a lot more.
And they thought it was real, and so they had to call the police and all this stuff. Like, just go and enjoy the movie. Keep your popcorn to yourself.
But our son had seen it that same day earlier with friends. So our whole thing is we wanted to see it with our daughter. She had wanted to see it since the previews came out.
Well,
so we knew we were
too.
Yeah, we knew we were going to. So again, like this, it was new enough where we hadn't seen all of this social media about it. So we were kind of naive going in. But even our son that saw it earlier in the day at like a 10:30, 11 o'clock show said it wasn't anything like that. So I feel like they almost need to, if this is like going to be the thing, there needs to be like a teen time. Like go do your, like if you want to do that and be dumb and enjoy it that way, fine. But alert the 40-somes that are going in that are not going to enjoy that.
Somebody said, if that's what you want to do, wait for it to come out on video and then invite all your friends to your house and throw popcorn all over your house.
For real.
Don't do it at the theater.
They had, I think when we left, there were probably like at least 5 or 6 ushers in there just sweeping popcorn off the floor to get ready for the next. And I told our daughter too, I'm like, they have another show coming in. And she was like, they do? As though there's like only one. I'm like, yeah, someone has to clean all this trash up.
So
like within minutes.
The next group of people come in and see the show.
It's just disrespectful.
Very much
I feel
so.
old and curmudgeon-y saying that, but I feel like there's a time and a place for everything.
No.
Like just throwing food everywhere. And popcorn's delicious. Don't you dare throw that popcorn on the floor so it
Especially
can't be
movie
eaten.
popcorn.
Yeah.
But like being kind and respectful is not old and curmudgeon-y. That's just like common courtesy. It's just be a good person.
Well, only in the aspect of like, I want to enjoy my show. I pay good money and
this movie
enjoy my show.
Movie and picture show.
If I was like, what they're missing is a hot coffee and a cheeseburger. That's what they needed at the show.
Then you'd be old and curmudgeon.
Then I'd be old and curmudgeon.
But yeah, our dog just walked back inside the house through our screen, so that's not a good. Door's closed, but he just went in on through the screen.
We don't need a doggy door. Clearly, our family just walks through the screen.
Yeah, both our daughter and our dog. Anywho, so if you guys are planning to go see the movie and be nuts, don't. And if you're planning on going to see the movie and aren't planning to be nuts,
Just
be on
ready.
guard.
Well,
yeah.
And my coworker that let him scream that, when I showed her the video, I was like, whoa. You need to see what's going on with that. Then you will realize my angst.
Yeah.
And I showed it to her and she was like, oh yeah, I resolved a long time ago. I'm never going to see anything under an R-rated movie because I don't want anybody young seeing a movie with me because they're so annoying. And I was like,
that's actually a pretty good idea.
It is kind of. It's just I don't mind things normally.
Yeah,
that was just next level.
You are very tolerant of people's idiocy. That's why you married me.
I'm glad you said it. I would have, and you beat me to it. And I was trying to go through the other part that's not actually.
No, hey. No.
He was like, well, I came through before.
No. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, we got to wrap this up then. So, but anyway, yeah, if you guys have had any other like terrible movie experiences in your.
I never finished to say though, I was seeing Gremlins and it was in the city and it was just in like a part of the city maybe where like that's not uncustomary. Like I was told like, oh, this happens all the time at this theater. I was not knowledgeable and I was kind of young and it kind of frightened me, actually. It was very vocal.
Well,
you were like, oh no, like the whole time. You better go.
Gremlins we were fairly young when that came out, so it would be scary. And I think it's the same theater that my brother would go see. He went and saw Friday the 13th, like part 3 or something at it. And he's like, yeah, people would, anytime like Jason would kill somebody, they all bang on the walls. Or
they'd be like, you better get out of there.
Yeah.
Like they would yell to the people as though they're going to hear them and make a better choice.
Right. Yeah.
So that was also, but I don't know. This took the cake. This was
Yeah.
like next level.
It's crazy, guys. It's crazy out there. So it's your
You'll
fair-
enjoy the movie,
fair
I
warning.
think. Some people love it, some people don't, but don't ever care about that because you need to experience every film for yourself because it's like any art form, it's subjective. Go see it if you like Jack Black at all. And I also thought, what's his butt?
Oh, Jason Momoa.
Yeah, also really entertaining, very
Yeah.
funny character part.
Yeah, Jack Black is
Jack
as he's more Jack Black than Jack Black in this movie. He's like the
extra.
He's the Jack
He's
Blackiest
Jack Blackiest. He's
he's ever been.
XL Jack Black.
Yes, he is. It is super.
I love me some Jack Black.
Yeah, so if you like the guy, then by all means, it's a blast. But like I said, we like the movie. Crowd, not so much. But yeah. So let us know in the comments.
I do love you teenagers out there for other reasons, not as moviegoers perhaps for this film, but you know, because of your other strengths.
So, like I was saying, if you do have any movies that you guys it was a terrible experience, not so much because of the movie, but because of the crowd, let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear about it. But until then, if you'd like to subscribe, that would be fantastic. And we will see you in the movies. No, we'll see you.
Meet me at the movie.
We'll see you on the YouTubes.